All right, it's a Friday. Welcome back into the GodfatherLocks.com audio report for this weekend, January 23rd, as I record this report. Missed you last week. We couldn't get to the recording to send one out last weekend, but we're back this week for a big weekend. Now, let me get right into it. Now, obviously, if you guys follow me on Twitter and you're following me as a customer, which many of you are that are listening to this report and that are new or existing long-time loyal customers, you may have noticed that in the last few weeks, we've been up and down, and the down has been more than the up. Following the mid-December to New Year's Day run where we absolutely crushed the bookies in that run over the holiday season, we've kind of fell into a lull. Mixing in a couple good days, but overall the bad days. We've had really 4 or 5 bad days. Okay, I mean, a couple small losses and a couple big gains, a couple small gains mixed in. You know, overall for the last 3 weeks, we've been underperforming. But here's the great thing about this: that last night we felt the comeback. We got the comeback. Going 2-0 in the NBA with the Clippers and the Bulls, and then posting a plus 8-star units for the day. Exactly what the doctor ordered for another big weekend this weekend. And look, it's gambling. And if I sit here and I tell you, like I tell you every time we do this report, that I cannot mention the ups, the downs as much as I mention the ups, I'd be lying. So I got to mention that the struggle has come, and we're starting to find our way with basketball, with the NCAA, with NBA. And let me put it this way: I'd rather be cold now and then be cold during the tournament time or NBA playoff seasoning. So, that being said, we started off yesterday with the comeback. It's going to continue this weekend. And knowing that the slump has been on a little bit, knowing that we've been a little bit inconsistent, which is unlike us at GodfatherLocks.com, I have been offering these specials to keep you guys in part of the loyalty program. If you buy a package and we don't show a profit, then we give you the next package free. I've also been throwing out, you buy a 3-day plan, you get a week free if we don't show a profit, just to show you guys that we're going to bounce back. The confidence that's in me right now, because basketball overall is our bread and butter, and we'll start getting the wins racking up and making some money starting tonight in the NBA, and then college basketball all day tomorrow. So looking back last week, look at the positive now. I gave you the negative. Last Friday was a big NBA night for us. I'm big on NBA Fridays. It's the biggest day of the board. Fridays and Wednesdays are the top 2 days, and now with Sunday becoming Showcase Sunday for the NBA, I like to zero in on those days. Every day is big for us at GodfatherLocks.com, putting out a lot of plays, covering all angles as best we can, and matching the units. And speaking of those units, you got to manage your bankroll. A couple of guys emailed me and said, through this slump, it's been rough. And, I'm trying to stick you guys through it to tell you it will turn around and we'll make the money back, which we started doing last night and we will continue to do this weekend, is to manage it. Manage the bankroll. You don't always want to bet over your head. You want to kind of be conscious of what's going on and put your foot off the pedal when you think things are going a little bit slow to kind of inch your way back in the game. And that's what we did. Like I said, starting yesterday, we'll get back into it today with a bunch of good games in the NBA. So start out with a special. Now, if you've seen me on Twitter, follow me, Godfather Locks, on Twitter. And if you email me at godfatherlocks, at gmail.com, you have seen the specials. You've read about the daily specials that we've been throwing out, including the other day we did a $75 weekly. Actually, that was Thursday. It was yesterday. Got a lot of hits on that. Now today, the special. Usually I come here on Fridays and I tell you a 3-day plan is $75. If you don't win, you get a free weekend. Well, being as it that we are up and down, being that we are confident that this weekend will be an absolute killer weekend, started with yesterday and will continue this weekend, I am giving you a weekly plan. I'm sorry, a 3-day plan. A 3-day plan for $50. Okay? Which originally is priced at $99. A 3-day plan is $100. And especially on Fridays, we like to pump it up because it's a big weekend. Everybody likes to bet on the weekends. A $50 3-day weekend plan for you today, or you could buy it tomorrow if you're listening on a Saturday or Sunday. It'll be available all weekend. $50 for 3 days. If we don't win in those 3 days, I'll give you the next 3 days free with more basketball. Now, I know for a fact I will not have to do that Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday if you buy today. You're going to get Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for $50. NBA, college basketball, and I'll probably have a Pro Bowl pick on Sunday because, let's be honest, everybody likes to bet on football. Even if it was a middle school team, 2 middle school teams playing, and there was a line out, we'd probably have a pick on it. So a lot of NBA, a lot of college basketball, $50. That's all you're going to have to pay. 3-day weekend, $50. If you don't win a unit gain, a substantial unit gain in the next 3 days, I'll give you Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday for free. It's that simple. If you're looking for a weekly plan, I've slashed that price as well by 50%. You can get a weekly plan for $100 today. Or if you're looking to try it, now I know some of you were on that email chain the other day. We sent out an email free play with the Wizards Wednesday and went to overtime and they didn't cover. They lost by 2. Line was 1. If you're looking to just try me out, understand that it's a process. Look at the recent track record over the last couple years and look that we are a dominant force overall. Like I always say, a marathon, not a sprint. You can try it out. $15 with a daily plan for tonight. $15 for tonight. Tomorrow will be a little more with all the college basketball games that we're going to get into here in a second. Now, starting with the NBA tonight, I can't help but look at this game that everyone should be talking about. It isn't on local TV. Now, it's not on ESPN. It's not a broadcasted game. It will be for many of you if you have the League Pass, which I do, that you can tune in and see this game. But Oklahoma City, who has won 4 in a row, takes on the Hawks, who have won 14 in a row and have covered 14 straight. They are 32-11 against the spread this year. The Hawks, the Atlanta Hawks. If you haven't watched them, I suggest you tune in and watch them. They're a -4. They're a 4-point favorite against the Thunder. That game stands out to me. Last night, we had the Bulls as a 5.5-point underdog against the Spurs. They won outright. They're in Dallas tonight on a back-to-back against the two Texas teams, and they're playing the Mavs in Dallas. That is the ESPN game tonight. -7 is Dallas as it stands right now at about 12:30 Eastern. And then for 9 o'clock, 2 of my teams that I follow very, very thoroughly, the Rockets and the Suns. Suns are a 2.5-point choice against Houston, who is coming off of a beatdown to Golden State, which it seems like everybody takes a beatdown to Golden State on a daily basis. So that's your NBA. 3 big games tonight in the NBA. So we'll be monitoring that, and we'll have a couple plays on that. Also, a special college basketball game today. Now, usually college basketball on a Friday, unless it's tournament time and conference tournament time, we don't see much action. But there will be a big college basketball release tonight in a short card, so you want to be on board for that. Now, speaking of college basketball for tomorrow, a big board, and the headliner has to be Kansas and Texas, 2 o'clock Eastern in Texas. We had Kansas on Monday over Oklahoma, and Texas against TCU on Monday, which we were 4-0 in college basketball on Monday. We had both those winners. They take on each other tomorrow, 2 o'clock on CBS. Should be an interesting matchup. Also, another good game, Georgetown and Marquette, 2 teams that I followed very thoroughly there. They'll be going at it about 2:30. So a lot of good games tomorrow, as well as Miami and Syracuse. We just had Miami yesterday. They pushed against NC State. They're 13-5. Syracuse, 14-5, but 12-1 at home. Is the alarming number for that. So catching them at home might be a good opportunity, but we'll see what that line is. 2 ranked teams, Oklahoma and Baylor. Oklahoma made a fierce comeback. Again, we had Kansas on Monday. They're a scrappy team. They shoot the 3-ball very well, and they battled back in that game. They play Baylor 6 o'clock tomorrow, so we might have a play on that as well. And, a lot of things with college basketball, guys, is I might take obscure teams that may not make sense to you guys. I may take teams that the line you don't know much about, but that's the whole point. That's what we're here for at GodfatherLocks.com, to look in depth, to find the game that you may not know about, and just to put your money on it and make some money. So tomorrow is going to be a great day in college basketball. We will run the board. The confidence is high, building off of last night. So I suggest to you guys, jump on board, give us a shot. Again, if you spend the $50 and you lose money with your bookie, if you deposit your money on Sportsbooks or BetUS or Bovada, you check out those lines and it's not a profit this weekend. I promise you, we will have a winning week this week. Confidence is back. It's restored. We're focusing again on the NBA tonight. We have that college basketball game tonight. We also have college basketball tomorrow and Sunday, and then NBA Sunday with the headliner being Oklahoma City and Cleveland, which we already have a lean, believe it or not, without the line. That's how we know when the games start to scream out. Yesterday, I loved the Bulls and Clippers all day. I loved Gonzaga minus the 15. I thought Xavier +2 was a solid play yesterday. They lost by 3, pushed it to overtime, couldn't push it over the top and get that W. We pushed on Miami, we hit on Indiana, and Stanford just fell asleep late. So yesterday was a profitable day, very good day, especially with the Bulls and Clippers. We're back at it today with the NBA. So check us out, GodfatherLocks.com, or on Twitter, Godfather Locks, at Godfather Locks on Twitter. Email me, godfatherlocks@gmail.com. Any questions, any ideas, any requests. I promise you this weekend will be a crushing week. 37 of 51 winning weekends begins tonight. $50. That's all it takes, guys. $50, 3-day weekend, and I'll tell you, you won't regret it. Good luck.